Minecraft 1.14 is just around the corner and is coming packed full with many amazing new features. And even as that may be, I still think there is room for many new cool additions, and it seems as though you guys couldn't agree more. That being said, my name is System Z, and here are 8 new block ideas and suggestions for Minecraft 1.14. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more building related content and live streams every weekday at 5 p.m. Central Time. How's it going, everybody, and welcome to my 8 new block ideas for Minecraft 1.14. This is a collection of ideas that I would absolutely love to see come to the game, and some of them you may have seen before, others maybe not. And at some point in this video, I'm also going to showcase some of your ideas, because I did ask you guys in a discussion on the channel about what you would like to see, and I selected a couple that I really liked. But let's go ahead and check these out. Design number 1, or I guess block number 1, more bookshelves. We need to have the various different oak types available for bookshelves, and I'm gonna show you why. Because right now all we've got is the oak bookshelf, and that's fine, you know, it's cool, but I really think it would be awesome to have all the different types, and I've got a couple of examples here in the back. First of all, we could have new desk formations. You know, for interior design this could be great because there's various different things we could blend them with to make them kind of come together to look like furniture. We've got a really nice looking bed here that matches with the spruce, of course. Now, oak doesn't look that bad, I just think this looks a lot better and it's a little bit more clean. Plus, having the different color types allows us to do a lot more with interior and kind of keep it to a specific theme. And I've actually got an example coming up about that. But that is not all. What I think would be really cool is if we could open these bad boys up and store some books in them. I think it would be super cool to be able to store books in these things, and it would allow us to really get rid of a lot of messy storage spaces by organizing it all into a library. I think it could hold enchanted books, normal books, book and quills, and all of the sorts, maybe even paper. I think that would be very cool and a nice subtle way to add more storage into the game, and it would be really cool for kind of atmospheric medieval builds even. Say you walk into a library and, you know, find lore for the town that you're in hidden away in a bookshelf. I think that would be pretty cool, and that is why that is design number 1. Next up for design number 2, we've got chains. Now this is something I am really proud of. Some of you may recognize this little building style here, but we'll just ignore that for now. The actual focal point here is these chains. Check this out. I absolutely love the way this looks. What I've done is I've taken an iron bar and I've essentially replicated the lantern chain shape. As you can see, when you hang it down from a block, it gives you this chain. And I went into the model file and I was able to extend it down and replace the iron bar with it. Now, as you can see, it's a normal iron bar there, but in this format, it's actually a hanging chain, which is very nice. And I think this is a really nice design. And it's already in the game, considering it's already in this model file for the lantern. I think this would be a very cool block to have. And it's just something that I think for builders would be spectacular. And great examples here, and more actually later to come in the video. Actually, next up with that one is being able to extend lanterns. I think that looks a lot better than having it just right up against the ceiling. Plus, it divides the light a little bit more equally in the room, and I think that's fantastic. Plus, hanging plants, and this is only kind of scratching the surface for what could be possible. So that is basically what I've got for chains. Let me know what you think of that in the comments below. Now, for design number 3, this is something that I personally think should be in the game and have for a very long time, but a lot of people in my Discord community had to agree. Carpet on stairs or slabs. Simply put, more stair options in the form of wool. I think this would be the best way to implement wool stairs. As you can see, let me go ahead and break this stair here. What we've got is a normal dark oak stair. I've got this carpet here. It would be really cool to be able to walk up to it, hold shift, and just click it right on there. I think that would be absolutely spectacular, and there are so many different things you can do with this as far as furniture goes, or just simply put interior, and this is a great room that I built to kind of showcase what we've seen so far in the video. Of course, we've got the lovely stairs here. We've got a spruce bookshelf here with some hidden books inside, and the chains extending the lanterns on top. And again, you can really see why this is important. I think this would be very cool, and it divides the light very evenly. But this is mainly what we've got here with this design. I think normally, I wouldn't necessarily say that adding wool stairs would be a good idea because obviously we've got a lot of stairs already. This would just really add to the pile, but this is a fantastic way to do it. And this is actually done in vanilla Minecraft. This is a data pack that I've got. A lot of people have made them, and it's very simple. Now, I also think that we should be able to place carpets under certain blocks like chests to kind of avoid the issue I think we're all way too familiar with, where you have, carpet on the ground and a chest block that keeps you from being able to do it consistently. But this is a fantastic kind of way to implement this, and I would love to see Mojang actually bring this to the game, as well as the chains and the bookshelves. So far, I am absolutely loving these ideas, and I'd like to know what you think down in the comments below. I'm looking up right now because of how simply amazing design number 4 is. This one I love so much, and I think it's honestly my favorite in the game. I would like to see more flower pot decorations, and I know this isn't necessarily a block, but hear me out. You're gonna love this. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. I have put a feather in a flower pot to create a quill for writing books. I know it's simple, but it's just oh so great. We could make writing desks, and I've got a couple of other ideas for this very kind of technique here. Could you imagine being able to do that, as well as get books and just simply right-click them on a surface to make them appear like this here, just flat against the surface? Then you could right-click it to close it, right-click it to open it. I think that would be amazing, and I really don't think we would get it, to be honest, because it's that amazing that it just seems so unlikely. Having books kind of laying on a surface would be so good, but I'd also like to see more in the flower pots. Imagine being able to get dyes and put them in to get paintbrushes. I think that would be a really cool detail that would really help us drive home the point of a specific structure. If you're making a librarian's house or a writing room or something like that, having a quill in a flower pot looks so good, and it just really drives home that this could be used for many more things than just flowers. So I would like to see more decorations like this for sure, because right now we only have flower pots, but I think there's a lot more that could be done with the exact model that you see here. Let me know what you think of that in the comments, because this is personally my favorite design. Alright, it's possible I may have spoke too soon. I may have forgotten about this design. Fillable barrels. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we just got ourselves some barrels where you can place items in them, and they're great, and don't get me wrong, I would rather have what we've got now than nothing at all. But could you imagine being able to grab some sort of item, right-click a barrel, and fill it up with that item? Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Could you imagine being able to do that? And you could shift right-click it to close it. That would be spectacular. There are so many different ways we could use this. I actually remember, and this is where I got this texture, a long time ago in my own custom resource pack. You can download it using my website in the description below, where a lot of good information is. I actually made custom barrels, and it was kind of doing this, but now we've actually got the compost item here, which is what allows me to do this. We've basically already got this in the game. It would just be a matter of re-implementing the barrels. This would be fantastic. Please let me know your thoughts down below, and what other items you think this could be, stored with. I think we could do all sorts of different food, maybe even gold. I think this is an absolutely awesome idea, and I would love to see it in the game. Alright, so this one you may have already seen, probably about twice in my recent videos, but it's just too good not to really drive home the point of how much this would be useful for. So, I've got hanging ladders here. This is basically ladders on a barrier block, but could you imagine actually being able to have ladders? You place one against a top surface and actually be able to connect them down. I know it's so simple, but I think this really adds a lot, and it kind of opens things up. You don't have to have ladders right up against, a post. You could actually do lofts this way, and this would really help with interiors as well. And I think this is honestly a beautiful design. Plus, you gotta admit, that's a pretty cool looking tree, even though it's irrelevant. But come on, tree houses. And look at the bird's nest. Don't you just love that? That's so good. I think this would be awesome. Very simple, and it's been repetitive at this point. I know you guys know that I like it, and I know that you like it too. Will we ever get it in the game though? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm feeling so good right now that even a pile of dirt couldn't stop me. Ladies and gentlemen, even dirt could be amazing. Imagine dirt stairs and dirt slabs. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we've got here, and it is absolutely beautiful. I have talked about this before, actually. When they first announced 1.14 and how they were going to bring more stairs and slabs, I was really hoping we would get dirt stairs and slabs, but unfortunately we didn't, and honestly, it makes sense. A couple of my friends, Grian namely, did actually kind of explain why it never would, and honestly, we don't really have any soil-based stairs and slabs. We really only have solid blocks, so I guess sensibly this probably wouldn't make the most, well, sense, because obviously as a soil it wouldn't necessarily hold up in this form too well, but then again it wouldn't necessarily hold up in a perfect 3D cube either. This would be great for landscaping, and you guys already know that. I would love to see this. This is something I've wanted in the game for so long, and that is it for that design. Let's move on to the last design. Alright, so this one isn't a block, and it's really not technically an item or a design, it's just an improvement. I would love to see better paintings, and this is something I've kind of talked about briefly before, but it's definitely been a few months, and I've really kind of formed a really cool idea here, and this is something I genuinely think would be very helpful to builders and really every player of the game. So what I've got here is a good example of an art station. First of all, you've seen this design before if you saw my trapdoor video and how to use trapdoors and different ways to use them. Essentially, it's a canvas, and I love this decoration. It's so good. We've got a nice little item. Nope, that is an armor stand, not an item frame. Armor stand, there we go. And a painting on top of that with some trapdoors. This looks great and all, and first of all, I would like to see a canvas, but imagine a reworking of the painting system, and what do I mean by that? So we've got a blank canvas here. Imagine, and this is only one way that we could do this. Imagine being able to get a canvas as well as various different types of dyes, go into a crafting table, put that canvas down, and then, you know, do a like a shapeless, I guess, recipe of dyes and get a specific painting that you want and be able to grab that, place it down, and get the actual painting. I think that would be spectacular. No more would you just have to continuously place and break paintings to get what you want. And it doesn't stop there. We've got the loom. We could easily get a block just like the loom to kind of do what I've just done there. Or imagine this, being able to place it down on a surface, right click the canvas with some dyes, and eventually have a picture pop up. That would be very cool, and honestly, that would probably be the easiest, considering we wouldn't have to have various different items for each painting, but I would love this. I know it's not necessarily a build or a block, but it is an idea, and it's an idea that I think would be very, very good. And that's gonna do it for today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more building related videos and live streams every weekday at 5 p.m. Central Time. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, make sure to click that join button for more information on how you can do that, as well as various different perks that you can get when you do support the channel. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today. My name has been System Z. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.